Hey there, ladies and gents, Pops here. Welcome back to Great Riverlands in Farming Simulator 2022. So, where are we at? Well, we have this field which has now been mown. So my thoughts were, it needs to be windrowed, then forage wagon to collect the grass and sell the grass. However, having put a bit of investigation and thought into this, we're not going to do that at all. The price difference between grass and silage is huge, so we need silage. The best way of doing that is a baler wrapper to get ourselves some silage bales, which we can then proceed to sell. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the shop, see what the options are. There are some balers that will wrap, but also that have a fairly wide pickup, which will get rid of the need for windrowing. But let's see what we can see in the shop. Right. Okay, so balers. Now, after a bit of off-screen investigation, we are looking at, methinks, a little mod we have here, which is this quick bale. 60,000, so it's a decent price. We don't care too much about wheel brand. Wheel setup standard. Let's have we got John Deere? Yeah, let's have John Deere. Work area visual assist. We will have that on. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Blue or red? Let's go blue. Rear hitch. We'll put on. Not bothered about silage, additive tank, and we'll leave the rest as it is. So we're going to buy that 61,000. We can just about afford it. Excellent. Let's get this back. Back to our good old problem of getting stuck in the building every time. Right, we're free. Okay. Let's get this back down to base and we'll see how this goes. Whoa, whoa, my god. Calm down, everybody. Okay. Now then, let's familiarise ourselves with how this works. Let's turn the beacons off. No, I believe, yeah, you need to put the lights on, which gives you this marker on the ground, which is your pickup area. Let's unfold it. Lower it down. Turn it on. see what happens. Wow, it meant it when it said it was quick bail. Oh, it's a bit too quick. Super fast bail. Okay, so this isn't going to take too long. Let's cruise control it down a little bit. Okay, I will get on with the field and we'll be back very shortly by the looks of things. So that was extraordinarily and completely unrealistically fast. But we're not going to look at gift horse in the mouse. In the mouse? In the mouth, even. But what we are going to do is we're going to give some thought to some thought to what we're going to do now, because this these silage bales, what is wrong with my English today, take a while to ferment, a month or two. Given that we've baled all this area, do we need now to get the mower out, get that cut behind the woods there which belongs to us, and get all this cut and all the back behind there beyond those woods which belongs to us, which I think is what we're gonna do. It will also mean we'll need to get rid of some of these smaller trees. We're not going to worry about the big trees at the moment because that's a major forestry stroke logging operation that we're going to need to put a lot of thought into and a lot of money. But I'm thinking let's get the rest of this land baled now that we've bought the baler and we have all the equipment to do it. Let's just get this out of the way somewhere. We'll park it up in here. If I can get my steering sorted out. Let's get our mowing kit out and see what amount there is to do behind the back here. Bit of a bale obstacle course. I'll collect those together in a little while. Okay, so if we excuse me. Let's turn this little lot on. Should get to the point where it tells us we have no access, which is there. So from here didn't quite work. Right, again, gone too far over. Let's just try that again. Okay, we'll call that our line. See if we can go to the right hand side of this tree. And again at some point shortly. Yeah. Let's just make sure we've got this as far over as we can. No, we haven't. Okay, I will get this grass done and then we'll see about removing some trees. And a great load of fun that involves. I'll be back momentarily. So that's the grass done all the way around the woods. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Trees to... oh, missed a bit. Open it all back up again. Tiny little bit there. We're not going to let that escape after all that. There we go. Make sure we've got as much round here as we want. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so we're going to take, got a random log in the middle there, pick that up in a minute. We're going to take this over here because our next area to mow will be this one. So let's shut that down and we'll go and pick our baler up again and we'll get that bit at the back baled. Oh no, actually thinking about it, I'd blocked out the whole tree thing. Ah, you're a bit random. We need to get rid of these trees first. So, wish me luck. Okay, let's see if we can do this a bit quicker than we were doing it before. Clearly we can't. There we go. Let's try from the other side. Okay, it's thinned it out a bit. By the time you've thinned it out, it doesn't actually leave a whole lot of tree. It's the stump. Now, this is okay for doing these little trees in the meadows, but obviously this isn't going to quite cut it when it comes to doing those big trees in front of us there. These bad boys. We're going to need the proper equipment. The issue with that is that proper equipment is A, massively expensive, and B, is going to take a shared load of time to clear this and the top woods. So we'll see how it goes, but obviously we bought the land with full knowledge that there was amount of wood on it. Can we get rid of that? Yeah. Okay, wasn't a massive amount, but it's there. Right, I will crack on. Was that the first one? Yeah. We'll crack on. We'll get the rest of these trees removed. So the trees are cleared from behind the woods there, so that all just needs now baling. It's all cut and detreed. We've also taken the trees from the front part here, so this just now needs mowing, and then we'll need to go around the back of here and get the trees and mow behind there. The trees, I don't know exactly how much it was, but it was about £7 grand, so we put a little bit in the bank, but nowhere near as much as silaging is going to do for us. So let's get this cut, and then we'll be able to get it all baled up. Now the issue obviously with silaging is that there is a time lag because it needs to ferment. So what we will have to do is maybe some contracts to put some money in the bank, because if we are even going to think about doing anything with these woods, we are going to need to be seriously loaded with dosh. The other thing, I have come to the conclusion that due to the amount of work we have got here, we are not going to keep the field we bought on the other side of the map, which was a wheat field. We are going to sell that. We need the money more than we need the field at the moment, especially if we need to keep making repairs to our mowers because of the way we treat them. Jeez. Yeah, so I'm going to sell that field. In fact, let's do that while we're thinking about it. Then we know it's done. So yeah, this field here belongs to us, like so. And I think the way it's going, we are going to be expanding. See number 8 there, 149. That's just massive grass area. That really is ripe for just cutting and silaging. Very tempted. Anyway, this bit here is worth 86,000 to us. We haven't really got the time to do anything useful with that at the moment. We might buy it back, but at the moment we're selling it because the cash is more useful to us. That gives us 117,000 in the bank. 50, 20, 15. We could buy this lot, but the one I'm really interested in is this, and that's 150,000, give or take. that is going to be our next target. So we need to work out a way of making the extra, whatever that is, 30 odd grand, because that bit of land is going to be worth a fortune to us. Right, we'll get this mowing finished. And then we'll come back to that. I am tempted, I have to say, to take a little loan because it's so cheap to borrow the money to get that land bought and processed. We can make a small fortune out of the silage, and even if we have to do that 2 or 3 times over the course of a year, that will help us on our way towards our forestry aims. Food for thought. Okay, let me have a think, let me get on with this, and we'll reconvene shortly when the grass and trees are all clear from around this wood. And there we are, ladies and gents, several hours later. All this area is now cut. All the way around. Like so. All the wood is gone, so there was an extra about 7 grand I think went in the back of the trailer here and to the carpentry. So that's all done, and all the area behind the woods at the very back there is done. Mr. Mower can now go and rest. We need to get the bales made. And then that will do us for today. And then our next job, hopefully before the end of this actual month, will be that little field there which we need to put wheat into to keep our chickens happy. They will start using up the food far quicker in a few months' time once they've grown up a bit. Look at the state of this. Oops. We'll get this mowing equipment cleaned off. Certainly needed it. Tractor itself doesn't look too bad. Do for that. This again looks as though it's been in the walls. And yes, I know I don't need to go all the way around, but it's just a sort of a bit of a sense of satisfaction in doing it this way. Okay. Let's get the mower put away and get the baler back out. And again, we can do this super fast. In fact, it's so fast it looks like a time lapse, but it isn't. This is actually how fast it is doing it. Get these done, and then it will be time to give my brain a bit of a rest. Because it will have been a long day. Right, I'll get this done. I'll get the top field done. And that will be our first bit of grass work completed on our land. There we go. That is pretty much the whole lot done. That's not quite going to be wide enough, is it? And there we go. As you can see, we are now completely baled up. We'll have a look in a second once we've piled this up, see how many bales we've got. Still rubbish at reversing. If anybody's actually seen any of my previous series. Oh my god, what's going on now? You will know that reversing is not one of my strong points. And I do entirely blame it on the fact that I'm using a keyboard and don't have a steering wheel. but there is an element of it's because I'm rubbish. What I can do now is claim that I did that deliberately so that I could get the tractor parked next to it, which of course is exactly what I did. Let's turn it off, and then we need to get this back as well. So the silage bales will leave where they are for the moment. We will of course need something to collect them with, but it will take them a month or two to ferment. So we don't need to worry about that so much today. What we do need to worry about, as I said before September ends, is that little field there. But that is going to be for our next episode. We also need to decide whether we're going to elongate it a bit. I'm tempted to maybe bring it up here and just make one field that's the same width but just longer all the way down here. We're going to put wheat in it, which is why we have to do it, I think. No. Oh no, we can do it in October. So yeah, that might be a start of October job, because it's going to need cultivating. We're going to need to plough this up as well. It's going to need planting. We haven't got a planter. It's going to need fertilising. We haven't got a fertiliser. So it's going to cost us a bit to get that field ready. But that is all for next time. So thank you very much for sticking with me. I will see you all again soon. In the meantime, be good and stay safe.